Hi, I'm Arden Kaywin, and welcome to today's episode of the Pro Singer Success Collective, where we will be doing some myth busting. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're going to get into some myth busting today. And I usually have to bite my tongue when people tell me all the things that they're doing to improve their singing, because the truth is, most of it doesn't stand a chance at helping you get where you want to go. So we've got to cover the big myths that are preventing you from thriving with this reliable, powerful sound and building a sustainable career from it. And so, why is this important for you? Here's why. Because you should not have to suffer one more minute of shame or self-doubt or feeling like a failure because you have this amazing gift and you're not succeeding at it at the level that you want. So we're going to cut through all the garbage about this today, okay? Because there are a million trillion celebrity voice teachers and online courses and YouTube singing technique videos and workshops to improve your singing. And I can tell you that 99% of everything out there is junk. They're rehashing old ideas that don't even begin to address the real problem. And so that's why we need to clear out the smoke and chisel away at what is blocking your most powerful, impactful sound and your ability to deliver that consistently. And because as I see it, guys, it's really all about being able to see through all the smoke so that you can create exactly the right circumstances for your instrument to bloom, because that's what this is all about. And then when you do that and you have those circumstances and you know what that takes and set that foundation, then you get to live the life from your gifts that you deserve. So let's get on it. Starting with myth number one. Myth number one, I just need more technique. I just need better technique. Now, don't get me wrong. Technique is super, super important. It's really important. But I can give a singer the best technique in the world. And trust me, guys, I work my singers hardcore in technique. But as long as they are still in their head and their mind is sabotaging their body from using it, it's not going to matter. All that time and energy and money spent on technique is going to go down the drain for one very important reason, which is this. Technique is not optimized in a vacuum. So if the level of the career that you want is not reflected by the outcomes that you're seeing from your auditions, your recordings, your performances, then going out there to get more and better technique, it's a Band-Aid on a mosquito bite. It makes you feel better because you're doing something, but it doesn't actually solve the entirety of the whole problem. Which brings us to myth number two. It's all about having the right marketing. Oh my God, you guys, if I had $1 for every time I heard a singer say the reason they're not where they want to be is because they just don't have the right marketing, okay? It's not that effective marketing is not important. It is eventually. But an in-depth marketing campaign is only going to work if what is being marketed actually makes an impact. I have seen, guys, oh, it drives me crazy. I've seen too many singers put the blame for their lack of singing careers on marketing problems when the real problem is that what is being marketed just doesn't cut it. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you guys. It's just the unfortunate truth. Until and unless a singer knows how to intimately connect with their unique gifts, what going there in the performances really entails and really means, and until they can be 100% themselves, to lay it all on the line in a way that makes a huge impact on their listener, any marketing efforts are just going to be a waste of money and a waste of time. It's like lipstick on a pig, okay? You can spin it and market it any way you want, but at the end of the day, it's still a pig. And so the myth is in believing that all you need is just the right marketing. But with social media and the fast-paced viral nature of our culture right now, when a performer knows how to let go and be vulnerable and deliver an incredible performance that makes an impact, the right audience will find you. So now here's myth number 3. Traditional training is enough. Traditional training is not enough to reverse this vicious cycle you're in with your voice and your singing career. So what vicious cycle, you ask? Let me explain. The vicious cycle that has been keeping you stuck because you don't deliver the way you know you can when it counts. So these opportunities you want, they're passing you by, which sabotages the next opportunity that you have, because now you're in this more nerves, more anxiety, more fear of failure, since the last one didn't go the way you want and you didn't get the result you wanted. So now you're watching the singing career that you have been longing for and working towards fade farther and farther and farther into the rearview mirror. That vicious cycle, the further it fades, the more pressure there is when you do have those opportunities that cause you to sabotage in the moment, that then give you evidence that you're not good enough, which then feeds back into the next opportunity. Vicious cycle. Okay. And traditional training does nothing to break it or fix it. It can't even address it. It's like how giving up candy, it's like if you give up eating candy, but you're still not brushing your teeth, it's not going to improve your dental health. It's kind of a silly example. But seriously, if you just give up candy, but you're not brushing your teeth, your teeth aren't going to be healthy. So the impact of this vicious cycle goes through several levels before putting the nail into the coffin of your singing career. And here's how it goes. First, vicious cycle causes stress. So you wake up in the morning and you're in that soup of anxiety, feeling less than, because you're at some side job that doesn't inspire you and sucks your time and your energy away from your singing. And most important, it makes you wonder if this is what this life is going to be. Constantly trying to push this boulder up a hill and constantly feeling like you're not getting anywhere. All that regret for settling for plan B and watching somebody else live the life that you want. It's stressful putting all that time and energy and money and inspiration into your singing over and over again, only to feel like you're still on the outside looking up at that success that you really want at the level that you really want. And so that stress, it affects your attitudes, it affects your beliefs and your actions. And when you're stressed, you tend to see the glass half empty. And so you blame everybody else. You blame your parents for maybe not supporting you the way you wished, or you blame the industry for being corrupt, or you blame the city you live in because there's no opportunities, whatever it is. It's like then these attitudes, they cause you to just wear these colored glasses to put the blame on everything else. Those things may not necessarily be serving you, but they're not the reason you're in the pickle that you're in. So then these attitudes and these beliefs and these actions, they affect areas of your brain that control your emotions. And so you begin to live in emotional homes that are unpleasant and that don't serve. You feel powerless. You feel pissed off or angry, or you feel depressed, which, not to get all like psychoanalytical on you, but your emotions have a distinct physiological footprint in your body that affects the rest of your body. This is why you may have heard people talking about the studies that they've done, which is why pessimists tend to have more heart attacks, more cancers, more obesity than optimists. They've studied this. So for a singer whose body is their instrument, this emotional footprint has a direct effect on your sound, on your ability to impact an audience, and then your ability to take this career all the way. So for the most part, these emotions are transient until they happen so often that they become part of your identity. And your identity as frustrated, angry, feeling like a failure, not having what you want, resigning and normalizing, settling, resigning for a life of settling. It's the deepest layer of this vicious cycle is resignation. That's the deepest level that this vicious cycle damages. It's just that resignation, apathy, normalizing. So to recap this vicious cycle, right? To recap the damage that it does, goes from the perception of these events causing stress, which affects your attitudes, which affects your beliefs, then your actions, which affects your emotions, which affects your identity that you're bringing to the table. And guys, I can tell you something. I have never, ever, ever in my life seen someone's singing and a trajectory of their career exceed their identity. It doesn't matter. It's not about talent. A lot of singers out there have talent. What we're talking about is getting to that level where you can sustain yourself from it and make a big impact. So, guys, traditional vocal training, it does nothing to break this chain, let alone even address it at all. And so the further along the chain you address, the faster you can break this vicious cycle that's been sabotaging your sound and your singing probably for years. So when you aren't addressing that vicious cycle, that's when you begin to believe myth number 5, which is that getting that breakthrough in my career can take years. How many of you have that belief? Well, it could take 5 years. It could take 10 years, So look, I want to be real here. There is some truth to this, but if you spend time doing many of the things that we just discussed above, it could take years to see the results that you want in your singing, if ever. But it should be way faster than that. And so because your body, guys, the reason it should be way faster than that is because your body is designed to make resonant sound. But the vicious cycle gets in the way of this natural ability. And so when you're able to ride the wave of your body's natural talents, that's when you can fast track your progress into the success that you want in your career. When you learn how you've been sabotaging your body's natural ability to do this, you fast track your progress into the kind of career that you've been wanting. So it's a total game changer, guys. It's a total game changer when you know that breaking through to the next level in your singing, it can actually be a short-term event. I see it all day, every day with the singers that I work with. It's so cool and it's so inspiring and it's so empowering because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you get excited every morning and you wake up inspired and you can see yourself shining in your career and enjoying all the things that brings. But there's so much more that you need to know. There's so much more that goes into it. And it all starts with the foundation. And so if you need help building that foundation, understanding what's been sabotaging it, and making it rock solid, then I'm going to put this link here on the screen and it will be at the end of the video if you're watching this on YouTube or in the chat if you're watching on Facebook. Use this link to book a breakthrough call with me and we're going to see where you need to start. So here's the link. Now I want to be really upfront about something, okay? If you've never had any training at all, if you have zero foundation, if you've not taken one-on-one lessons before, if all you've ever had has been some choir, right? If you've never invested time and energy into your voice, this call is not for you yet, okay? There are some real basic things that would really help you. Go get that first. But if you have had a ton of traditional training, you have spent thousands of dollars on that, and you're getting nibbles, you're like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. You're getting into the callbacks, but you don't nail it and get the role. Or you're always stuck in the ensemble, but you're not the soloist. Or, you get into these showcases, with your band and you make a record and you're doing stuff, but only 25 people ever come to your shows and you only have 1,000 spins on Spotify, right? If you're out there hustling and you have had the training and you are putting in the time and the effort and the energy and you're not seeing the results of all of that in the form of the high-level career you want, this call is for you. So don't hesitate to go to the link. Let's get you sorted. We're going to get on the phone for 45 minutes to an hour, and we're going to have a deep conversation. And we're going to start to figure out where on this vicious cycle you are, what seems to be contributing to it, and what are the consequences of staying on it? How is this affecting you? And we're going to get a lot of clarity, and then I'm going to put together and show you the plan that I've used with so many other singers to help break the cycle and usher in really big, beautiful careers. So don't waste a minute. The call is free. I do this because I want you guys to know that there is another way and you don't have to suffer anymore. So click the link and book a call with me and let's get you sorted. All right, guys, see you next time on the Pro Singer Success Collective. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into today's episode. If you want to subscribe, click the link right over there that says subscribe. And if you want to book a breakthrough session with me, which you absolutely should do, then click the link right over here that says book a call to schedule an appointment to speak with us. I'll see you on the next episode.